Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life away. I put a hole in a nigga for fucking with me. And I can't see. Better watch what you talk when you talk. Cause I'll come and take your life away. Many men, cause they wish death on me. No, I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men, cause they wish death on me. Hey, okay, 50 Cent, okay, many man. Yeah, so anytime, anyone who wished death on you, you least suspected it too. Once you thought about that, huh? You least suspected it. They died right after that. Right after that, you found out. And you may not have found out right at that time they died. You could have found out right after, but not right at the time. As well. So you could be around the corner already. Okay, you can't do nothing. You can't, they around the corner. You can't do nothing about it. Okay. It needed to happen after they were for sure gone. No faking deaths on people or nothing. I'm doing my settings. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Fuckers. You gonna pay when you want to talk to me, cause you don't need to be talking to me. I'm E, okay. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real with that chill to give you a thrill. That's a beauty feel. It looks like can kill. Hey, welcome back to God's Kingdom of Tarot Show. Tarot Show. You better act like you know. However long y'all choose to stay today, I appreciate your time today. But yeah, anyone, anytime they wish death on you, they die right after. Especially if they was close to you. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know. Y'all fell out, and a lot of y'all probably was surprised when y'all fell out, but y'all was surprised to hear that this person had died. They were so close to you. Nah, they were so close to you and trying to make you die. Wishing death on you, praying to God for your death. Praying hard, fervently. Shout out to the 7 people up in here. They be saying that I don't have nobody up in here. So, 10 people now. Yeah, I got to say that sometime. Okay, and they be fucking with my numbers. Okay, I am God. We have I am God here. Okay, be still and know that I am God. Okay, that God don't like when people do anything to you. Touch not my anointing. Do my prophets no harm. Right. So it becoming that serious. It's just like extermination to God. What you do to them roaches? Do you continue to care for those roaches? No, you want them out, right? The pest, any type of pest, you want them out, even if they ain't did nothing to you, huh? That's how real this shit is. Gossip kills. This is why you going through karma. Taurus could be significant as well. That's a song I made up for Taurus. Be vulnerable. Crying and showing sadness is strength. Okay. So keep that in mind. You may grieve. And some of y'all, after y'all figure this out and realize that was why it happened and stuff like that, you're gonna be kind of mad at yourself, grieving yourself that you no longer are. You're not that person that they wish death upon anymore. That's why they wish death on you. They couldn't take no more of you. Thank you for the first like, and may God bless you just for that. And sometimes y'all ain't do shit. Or did nothing but this. Did nothing but that. Lumeria energy, they were a peaceful being. And what's left of Hawaii right now is what Lumeria was, only a piece of it, okay? See, it's like a extermination, okay? We keep what's important in. If all of it gotta go, all of it gotta go. That's what I say about Mother Gaia, okay? And I made the earth on here, but it's pink, purple, and silver, okay? So those colors could also be significant because I also put it on the I Am God card, but I didn't put pink here, okay? Oh, actually, pink is on the back that says, be still and know that I am God. So you ain't got to lift a finger. You didn't have to lift a finger. You didn't have to lift a finger. I'm entitled, okay? I'm entitled to blessings of Abraham. So an inheritance. So some of these motherfuckers had to be exterminated because you need to get your inheritance. Go get your inheritance. Get your inheritance. You are received by faith, receive the blessings of Abraham. The blessings of Abraham. You will rule a nation. Somebody could also look like Abraham Lincoln or just have a beard, have, the, what's it called, sideburns or something like that, okay? Separately together and all that good stuff. You don't have to be white. There could be another color. My prayers have been answered. Amen. Thank you. You better thank God in advance. We've had our share of ups and downs. Times when there was no one around. God came and spoke these words to us. Praise will confuse the enemy. So we started singing, we started clapping, we started dancing, and people were laughing. They knew our problems, they knew our pain, but we knew God could take it away. That's why we praised Him with our hands. That's why we praise Him with a dance. He's given me a second chance. So come on and praise Him in advance. Yeah, Marvin Sapp, praise Him in advance. Okay, amen. Okay, amen energy. Something about jail could be significant as well, especially someone's prayers relating to jail or being free. That could be figurative as well. You are powerful. Powerful. You are powerful. Okay, younger self energy. Okay, or energy. Okay, because I switched the Y and the G. Okay, YG could be significant. Met her in a club. And shorty, what's up? And took it to the crib. And you know so I tooted and booted. And I make it feel stupid. And I tooted and booted. And make it feel stupid. Whoa, 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 whoa. America, Tooting and booty, YG. I think that's what it say. I think I heard a version that said I made it feel stupid. If not, I just made it up then. But I feel like I heard that somewhere. Literally. But this is your younger self energy, okay? It don't like to be called the inner child, the younger self. Because it's been with you the longest. It's like I was just younger, okay? And I had certain restrictions, but also didn't have certain restrictions, okay? So I'm acting in that right now. Because me acting in that ain't got shit on some of the stuff people have gotten away with. People knew they could just wish death up on you and things will start happening to you. But they didn't see it coming for them until it was too late. And won't see it coming for them until it's too late. That's the purpose. You lived out your purpose. You did some shit you're not supposed to do. Okay, you went and you were going to be Eve and shit. Okay, and Lumeria is similar to the Garden of Eden. Thank you for the second like bonus blessing. Oh, all right. Anyway, Look at that. No blessings. No nothing. Okay. Yeah. Lemuria was similar to what Garden of Eden was like, and then like 100 times bigger than what Hawaii is today. Okay. Why are there even islands in the first place? It was an island, so it got separated for something, right? You isolated it. So in order to be isolated, something else was there. So that's why a wish on a death on someone who ain't supposed to be touched and didn't do nothing to you, some was there that you didn't even see. Maybe even God didn't even see until that moment. It exposed itself. Because you could do something bad to somebody and not want them to die. Okay? But this is not how people have been operating in the world. God loves me. This is John's energy, okay? Jesus really loved John, okay? Jesus was obsessed with John. But this came out in reverse. So for the bad people, another pink and purple pattern card. Like God is saying, like, I don't like the shit that y'all was doing. And then y'all reasoning behind it is stupid as fuck. They should be like, oh, they did this to me. But did you die? Did they hurt you? They said this to me. Be so mad. I want them off of the earth. I have had to do it on here, but it was something else. I wasn't just saying it for that thing. If y'all was wondering. She does that now. There was something else there. Whether it was through that vessel or not. What they don't understand is I see the fucking vessel. Before the spirit gets to even glow its light. That's why the fucking spirit takes off. Because they know I saw it. It's like seeing a shadow that you think you tripping because you saw or thought you saw. And shit like that. It's something like that. But in a fucking whole ass human being. Or a person or a being. Or animal even. But yeah. So John was the most beloved. Okay. And so a lot of people were considered at one point in time a beloved thing, like Satan, Lucifer, was known as God loved the most, most favored or something like that. But he was known to be wreaking havoc on everybody's life. How is that so? Because something else is there. You end up singling out something because something else is there. But he singled that out in a perfect way. And then separated it from everything. That's how I look at my love for my son. I don't compare him to nobody. I consider all his flaws. But consider him so much, they blend in very well. I'm like, so to know he has all these flaws, if he has any, because I don't think my baby has many flaws. He's just growing. He's growing and learning. But at least he's taking the time to pay attention to learn. I don't give a fuck about anything else and the speed, all that, okay? Because if I considered his speed and a lot of other things that people don't consider speed in, you would think he's not human. So, so I'm like, if he has all these flaws and I still love that thing, like, I'd rather take that than anything else somebody's offering me. So that's why it's so fucking petty, and that's why it gets really real quick. 0 to 100 real quick when these people do it. Because they casted your flaws up in front of all the good things and summed you up and packaged you up in a certain type of way. And you didn't even deserve it. In whatever capacity. You couldn't be seen as one being capable of loving, one being deserving of loving, one being just to give love to. Even if you don't know that motherfucker, right? So if I disrespected you, there were many times I tried not to. I've covered up your flaws. I disregarded your flaws and saw you as one being, packaged you up in a perfect type of thing. So when your flaws start piercing through to the point where I don't want to look at your ass anymore, you disgust me, then I packaged you up as what you guys initially do. So now I don't give a fuck because I've seen it in its glory. So now I don't give a fuck. But I look at that with my son. That's how I can grow and manifest and cultivate my motherfucking unconditional love. Y'all claim like y'all don't know what unconditional love is, or the next person don't know what unconditional love is, or oh, because I wasn't giving love, I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't know. Okay, I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it then. All right? I'm taking what I got and I'm realizing, okay, what it actually is, it ain't bad, and not to compare it, I'd rather have this than that. Not to say any kid is bad, but I see the package, and most of my packaging be good. So I'd rather have this good package than that good package then. How about that? I have a right to be feeling that way. What am I talking about? Yeah, so every time somebody say some stupid ass shit, like they want you out of here just for some stupid ass shit, they gone. The smallest shit. Or plot or something like that, because there was something there. They had a plot against you. So whatever capacity, then when you found out, it probably broke your heart more. Because you actually grieved this person, cared about this person, didn't mean no harm to this person. Did a reading about that not too long ago. You wouldn't even want to see them hurt. So why would they even think about seeing you hurt? Yeah, John and Jesus were cousins, okay? And John ended up being the disciple he loved the most. But when Jesus met John at a different age or point in his life, he was responsible for baptizing Jesus. He's like, I'm supposed to be kissing the ground he walk on. How am I supposed to baptize him? Okay? My shit ain't gonna mean nothing. Okay? That's respect right there. That's unconditional love. Knowing how great you are, but not wanting to covet it. So afraid of it. So afraid to hurt it. Thank you for the second like and giving it back to me, because somebody stole it earlier. So bonus blessings to you. But yeah, that's respect. That's it drives you further away from death than these people telling God this. But motherfuckers got so much nerve to go to God and ask for your death, to erase your existence. Because some of y'all existence will be erased. Death ain't good enough. Death is not good enough, okay? So have fun while you can. If you're doing stupid ass shit and they got a nerve to go to our God for it, whoever you think you're going to, whatever that superior is that you go to, you think it's our God. Because that's the only motherfucker you supposed to be going to. And that's the only motherfucker you can go to. It all ends with God. No matter if you believe in it or not. No matter if you could climb that high or not. Can't even climb that high. You got a nerve to request some shit like that. Let me remove my jacket. And take off my jacket. It's getting hot in here. Gotta take off my jacket. I am getting so hot. I gotta take my jacket off. It's getting hot in here, so hot. No, it's not too hot, but it's just not cold enough anymore to have on a jacket. But yeah, you see the difference, okay? God is fucked up. God is all fucked up. And then the stupid ass shit that they get in return for your death, or requesting your death, trying to show some loyalty. That ain't really the real. The motherfuckers they submitting their requests to don't even realize this motherfucker is illustrating to you how disloyal they could be. You ain't gonna take note? You ain't gonna take heed? Fuck who big and bad you are. Fuck how much power you got, okay? You ain't gonna take heed of this shit? The small transactions and shit, you do too above that, huh? See what judgment would get you? You want to judge? Here, be the judge over your operation. And y'all wonder why y'all always feel like y'all gotta hide running these type of operations, because of the shit y'all end up having to do. But some of this shit y'all don't even have to do. It don't even gotta get that far. I know the bitch that we grew up with killed my friend. Motherfucker got a nerve to be calling them my friend. Even me. Because I would never think she would do something like that, and I would never think to do something to her like that. It don't never be that serious. But y'all be getting blood on y'all hands, bathing in that shit after a while. Because y'all think it's so serious for some petty ass shit. You think you're going to last long like that? Even hospitals run out of blood supply, baby. Mama Oba energy, somebody did some stupid shit to somebody mama. I'm going to just tell y'all how this Oba story is circulating around the fucking world, okay? I'm going to tell y'all that story. And I'm going to try my best to pinpoint the reason why I don't believe that story at all. Because, yeah, let me preface it by saying that. I don't believe this story at all. Because of how dumb it sounds. And who Mama Oba is. She's an Orisha. And Orisha had killing energy. Go straight to kill. That's their thing. But because it got that far, it shouldn't even look at the Orishas. The Orisha shouldn't know about it. It should be a small ass transaction you don't have time to deal with. So if you coming up here, oh, you must want death. So first of all, that's who she is. Second of all, she's known as an intelligent housewife. The bitch who tricked her with food that she is normally used to handling, managing, whatever. So this stupid ass story that's going around her, it don't even make sense from me knowing that. Even if I didn't know that. Knowing her role, once I did find out her role, will tell me how stupid it is to fall for the shit that Oya pulled. But motherfuckers get jealous of how much other people love you. First of all, Oba is one of 3 wives, okay? But Oba was there first. So Shango showed how much more he loved Oba. So, but also, he actually loved all his wives a lot. But, it's that, like, oldest child thing, it seems like, or, that seniority complex, or, I don't know, but it's inherent in him. But it ends up shining out. Like I was talking about God having a favorite. It ends up shining out because something else is there. Maybe he can't even explain it. But I'm scratching my nose. That means on the nose. Yeah, so to know this, he loves them all. Pretty much the same. So much that he wanted them all at the same time. Right? Because it wasn't like how it is now when you find out somebody else is married to somebody, you know, you go crazy. Okay, nah, that's mine, okay? That man you in love with is mine. That woman you in love with is mine, okay? Belongs to me. I know I got her sharing me with other bitches, but that's mine, okay? But it wasn't like that with Shay going out. It was understood. They understood themselves to be sisters, and it's funny. I compared it to a parent and a child relationship when I was talking about how he loves her more. So sister wives, now that don't even mean that now. Do it? Do it still mean that? Do y'all get it? Like, is it okay? I don't know, but I'm not down with that type of stuff. I'm just wondering, you know, like, because a lot of drama come from stuff like that. A lot of chaos and shit. Trash thrown in the fucking world. Just trash. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Trash, okay? That's how my baby talk. And I've learned to embrace it, okay? Motherfuckers, old, grown-ass, old motherfuckers, whatever they are, got a nerve to fucking put their lips on my fucking son of how he talk. I'm glad he talk like that, okay? I embrace it. See? I embrace his flaws because he is so brilliant in other ways. And he made it, to me, his brilliance made me give myself permission to be as brilliant as I can. Coming from households who suppressed me every time I shun my light. And Oshun is another one of Shango's wives, okay? This is what's going around. This is what's circulating. Okay, I could debunk all the shit, but I'm a let y'all learn from the lie. And then maybe your discernment will start growing. And you'll be feeling confident enough to believe what others have not been believing. Y'all be mad at that. I did a reading about that yesterday. Or was it yesterday? Why it feels like all the handlers the day before yesterday. Handlers. And why it feels like you gotta basically pay. Practically pay. Practice the art of paying motherfuckers money to be separate from them. Because they want to suppress you, control you. They see something good and oh, hide it. Don't tell nobody. Or else I'm going to kill you. Because now this is making me feel bad for not showing how good I am. Yeah, a lot of these old ass motherfuckers did this shit, okay? They ain't grown mamas or grown papas. They not, okay? They don't earn that respect. They didn't do it out of a necessary thing. Being a need. But some of them did. And they ain't around washing their hands in blood and stuff like that, looking like it's the norm. They probably fucking themselves up because of y'all motherfuckers. And that's a little bit what Oba did too. But yeah, so so he had the three wives: Oba, Oya, and then Oshun. Oshun was the youngest. She was the youngest Orisha. She was the youngest wife as well. You know, she was basically the teenager when you're comparing them to like women. You know, she was a teenage, but she was like old enough to be a wife. Okay, to make it sound good. So Shango is the husband, right? So Oba is normally in charge of keeping up the home. What is it called? They got a name for it, you know. Homemaker? Yeah. Homemaker. Yeah, thanks. She was normally the one that's known as a homemaker. So she stayed in the house. She was domiciled, domesticated wife, a domesticated housewife, right? And then so Oya, which is the second, I look at her in the middle. So he has a really strong feeling towards her, but they have more of a Bonnie and Clyde relationship. You couldn't expect Oya to be in the house all the time, or if she ends up having to be in the house, she's not going to be there long, okay? And first off, Oya used to be married or used to be with Ogun, okay? And she left Ogun for Shango. So, again, even when you compare that situation, if that's true, whatever, right? if you compare that situation, and I did a reading about this in Ogun's story. I told a little bit more of my belief that the story really goes in that Ogun reading. It's an upload though. It's not a live if you're looking for it. But yeah, so she already did that. If you compare that to Oba as well, why wouldn't Shango love her more? She has illustrated that she could be disloyal. She hasn't illustrated that she could be someone that he has to take note of. All right, already. She's a pure slave when it even compares to Oya. When Oya came in the picture, Shango wasn't looking at it like that. So he could have just been out of pity and made her his wife. But again, when you compare these two, there shouldn't be no comparison. They both feed him in different ways, if that's what he's looking for, of course. But bitches will get mad and not understand that they got some skeletons in their closet, and then things end up happening to them because they want to punish somebody who doesn't have skeletons in their closet just because of how another person feels about them. So this is why I think the fucking myths are stupid, because there was no comparison there, and there was no reason for Oba to, think, oh yeah, I could just give her everything that she need. Like, who the fuck is she as a source? So the story was, if y'all don't know, that Oba was trying to find, she didn't believe that she could have possibly been his favorite wife and most loved wife or whatever. She didn't believe that. But so they said she sought refuge or sought advice from Oya because she saw how Oya gets along with him, or how it appears that he loves Oya more. But these are all their perceptions. Nobody knows for sure. He didn't come out and say that as well. His actions probably illustrated it, or again, like something else is there, okay? That everybody sees, but him maybe. I don't know. But, they're developing this or having this conversation, or even Oya could have been, because I've heard some myths or read somewhere, like she could have been like kind of taunting Oba because, she thought she could get away with certain things when it came to Oba. I mean, when it came to Shango, like dealing with Shango would forgive her for anything, she could just do anything she want. So there was other things like that as well that could be considered. But yeah, so just to stick with it, just to stick with, what I was already telling you, that we're going to stay there. But, there was other parts or other things that I've seen and read that said other things. But yeah, so she goes to Oya, or I believe they were talking in the kitchen. Like, they were just kissing and telling, or just trying to, like girls do it now, it seems like, brag about what their significant other is doing for them, and or make themselves feel better than, like, they'll do it even if it's not a significant other. They'll do it with their own trauma stories. I've seen men and women do it. Oh, that happened to you? And I even seen a meme or a short that was clowning that type of stuff, how far people would go. But she was like making a parody of it and making it funny and humorous, but people will say little stupid shit like that too. It'd be that stupid. I hope that was based on true story, because it is that true. So I believe it was something like that. It had that type of energy on it. So, Oya, which I believe that because she thought she was all that or whatever, she got Shango like that. It seemed like she just thought she had Shango down pack or whatever. And so she suggests to, to keep it off blame, then she suggests to Oba that she cut off her ear, and while it's still bleeding, she put it in cornbread. And even though the cornbread turns red and shit, it will make him love her forever and love her more and stuff like that. And she said, because this is what she do. Yeah, she was lying. This is what she do. So I'm like, it's clear as day. You could see that when you cut your ear off, your ear, I don't see no type of scars that your ear was ever gone, right? And she said, yeah, it just grows back, and then I do it again. You know, like, who would believe that? Would y'all believe that if y'all heard that in real life? And then knowing about the body, you know what happens when you cut a limb off, any type of limb, or what is this called, phalange? I don't know, but if you cut off something like that on your body, blood runs through your body, so you're going to bleed. And, you know, there's going to be a scar that has to heal, or there's an opening thing because you took something off that was already intact. You get what I'm saying? So even if you didn't know nothing, I don't think, because she's known as being intelligent. A homemaker could be intelligent. They just don't have to utilize their intelligence a lot, but they could harness it or harvest it and stuff and use it when it's necessary. So, because she even asked the question, for her to even ask that question, she was like, why doesn't it look like you? She said, why doesn't it look like you do it? You do the same thing? She was like, oh, mine grows back and I cover it up when, you know, like, and all this type of stuff. And she, knowing damn well, she ain't never seen her with a fucking scarf on her ear, healing from a big ass blood wounded injury. No. She asked that question, somebody lying. But I'm going to tell y'all what's going around. So she puts it in the cornbread, bakes it. He actually kind of looked at it sideways, was like, why is this cornbread red? I don't like red cornbread. What the fuck is this? Basically, that's what he said. But he probably didn't curse like that. But, you know, what the hell is it? I don't like no red corn. Why is my cornbread red? You ain't never cooked it like this, because she's in charge of the fucking shit. And he likes her food, okay? And then, so he eats his stuff, and then she breaks it. Oh no, he starts eating it, and then he notices her ear, and then he's like, I know damn well you didn't put no blood in my motherfucking cornbread, okay? Oh no, what happened to your ear? Now I don't like you no more. Like he went straight to that. I don't like you no more. And she thinking it's because of the ear, or that's what is understood as because of the ear, or she only has one ear, or she has an ugly scar now and it makes her look ugly. No, it's like, it's all of that. It's like that plus, like, why would you do that stupid ass shit? And then why did you try to feed me some shit? Why would you try to feed me the blood? Your blood. You ain't never did that. This ain't no new ingredient that I've been dying to try. No. Okay? That's what Shango said. I believe that's what... If some stupid shit like that happened, yes, he said it just like that then. But, you know, like, but that's what I think is stupid, because I'm like, who would believe that it actually attempted, try it at home? Like, what happened? Like, I don't get that. But she didn't. And then, so but he ended up sending her away. I believe that she just went away, you know, because he was probably showing favoritism outright at this point. And then she's known as the first, so that means she's probably the older one, and she doesn't feel any need to try to compete, you know? And oh yeah, I kept that adventure in his life, you know, Bonnie and Clyde stuff. They did all their crimes together, partner in crime. And even though she was more, like I said, close to the children, so that means she like dealt with children more. Oba didn't give children, and she could have even got hopeless from that, not being able to bear a child and stuff like that. So hopefully I did y'all justice. There's so much more I could say and want to say, but I'm gonna get off of it. I'm gonna get off of it. But Mama Oba energy says, my mind, body, spirit, or soul are always listening and looking to be in nourishment. Okay, that's why some of our memories stay that we didn't even know we remember, because your body remember. Your younger self was with you the longest, even though you're not small as your younger self, but it's a piece of what you are now. Wow, islands, okay. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I can be the perfect daughter, better come back to the water, now I try. Every turn I take, every trail I check, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the light with its sign me to see, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'd be satisfied if I played along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea. It's blinding, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Will I cross that line? See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go. I didn't feel like singing that song, but I like the song. Okay. Moana, How Far I'll Go, or by Aluli. Okay. Someone's name could be Lily, Lala, those type of L names. Okay. Them be coming in my energy a lot. What y'all doing to them? Or what they doing to y'all? Okay. What's going on? Okay. What is going on? Okay. We got a Lily up in here being an Oya. And Oya name means like, oh yeah to me. But her real name is Oramila. Okay. It ends with a la. Okay. So that could also be a hint to who was responsible for something. Who was responsible for influencing someone, telling someone, getting directions, giving directions, or something like that. So hopefully that helps if it was needed. But yeah. Yeah, someone's name could also be Lakaya Walker. There was this case about this girl I went to school with, and she had a daughter, and they were steady trying to convict her of kidnapping her child and allowing her child to go missing. They even ended up putting her in jail for it. And I actually knew a family around that time, and I just wasn't sure how to put it together or even know what questions to ask. Who got a little girl whose mom had passed away, and they was calling her Lala. But the grandma on the mother's side, she had been, like, the reason why I found out about this is because they were the mother created a Facebook for it as well. And honestly, I had stopped watching it because I hated hearing that they didn't find the baby, and I hated to hear that they were punishing the mother. I didn't know the mother that well, but from what I did know about her, I don't think she would do the things they were accusing her of. And then what also happened was, there was some things in there that said the baby dad, the last time they saw her, it was with the baby dad, the child's dad, and the mother, Lakaya. And then after a while, they start focusing on how she could be wrong and put her in jail, but they never put him in jail. And people were wondering, like, why didn't they lock her up too? Because they saw both of them. And then it was said that he also, like, abused them or at least abused the mother as well. So when they were questioning the mother, she wasn't given certain information as well, from what I remember. But something like that could be significant, or resurfacing about a person of interest in those type of cases. It could be that particular case, and I really hope things ended up well. But I hated seeing it. Seemed like a lot of crucifixion in that whole thing, and I just had to remove myself from it. And I always kept that little girl in my heart, and that's how I knew her name, because I never met her in person, but I knew her mother, even outside of high school. And she was a good person. She was a person who went to church, and she listened to gospel music as well, not just on Sunday. Or did she? I don't know. Not just on Sunday. Yeah, not just on Sunday or anything like that. And then she also was one of the people who helped me get a car to drive my license, or she brought her car to the DMV to help me drive her license. And that's how I got to know her, because she did it more than once. Because there was many times like things would happen, and and I was surprised. Honestly, I was surprised because I hadn't gotten that close to her in high school, or got to, as well, because I was also friends with another girl named Lakaya. And she hated the fact that, and Lakaya, the ones I was actually was friends, or got to develop a relationship with, because I can't call her that no more. But I got to develop a more relationship with her than Lakaya Walker. But Lakaya was also living with a family who was also walkers, and our sister, because that's how close I was, because I ended up living with them. Our sister, whose name was Brianna Walker, was actually from that side where Lakaya was. And Lakaya also told me, when we would be friends, and I knew of the other Lakaya Walker, because she thought it was weird, because she was like, that's my stepdad's name, basically. And she has the same name as me. Like, I never, like, I don't like that, basically. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, and when I was talking about like the little petty shit that people will do, and then it leads up to people's deaths and, unfortunate circumstances, I wasn't even thinking about this story, and it just came out. Like, and so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully good progressions are being made, and shout out to the grandma who was doing a lot. I remember she was doing a lot. And then the case stopped developing too. That even helped me separate myself from it. But I always kept her in my heart. And I always wondered, when I would meet little girls named Lala, and I only met a few, okay? Was that her? And she was under the guise that, somebody else's daughter, or some, like, belonged to somebody else. And I was just hoping that wasn't the case. And I feel like it was, because I also lived with another family who ended up getting a girl out of nowhere that could be the same age. Because when this girl went missing, I believe she was 3 years old. Yeah, I think she was 3 years old. And when I saw this Lala, it was a few years down the line, at least 5 years down the line. So that would make her 8, when I actually saw this Lala, from what I understood. Or she could be older, I don't know. But hopefully that helps somebody if y'all needed it and wanted it to. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so we got Let My Love Adorn You, Miguel, by Miguel. Let my love adorn you, please, baby. And you gotta know, you gotta know that I adore you, please, baby. Oh, 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 let my love adorn you. Don't you love her? Don't you let nobody tell you different, babe. Always adore you. Yeah, wow. Yeah, now I'm thinking about her a lot. Hope she okay. And I did not like to see her like that. Because when they were taking her through this stuff, Lakaya Walker, they were taking her through this stuff. She just looked like she had given up in life. And I don't think it was drugs. They could have probably tried to blame her for that, but she looked like she was helpless. And when I was seeing this, I think I lived in another state. I hadn't fully moved back to the hometown where I met her. And so I felt helpless too. And that was like my first case to know of in real life and know the person involved in, and not just hearing about a little girl passing on. Like, yeah. So yeah. So his name could start with a B, first, middle, last name, or a nickname, and with the Y. And sometimes, you know, like, it'd be so scary around the especially the male in the relationship that had the baby, that produced the baby. The male side, their family, it's almost like they were equipped to be this way or something like that. It's the same. It's seeming like the same pattern. Because again, like I said, the grandma on the mom side was doing all the efforts and exposure, spreading the word, basically. I can't even think of the words to use. But this grandma on the mom side was doing that. And so it just be so sad, because sometimes in this family, because the male side of the family is this way, and they're just catty, and the smallest things are for the smallest things, you know, it will always end up resulting in a baby mama being killed. Or be the sacrifice. Take the fall for everything everybody else, or everybody blame it on them because she's so far removed. I just did a reading about that not too long ago. They be like, that's my brother. That's my son. That's my cousin, whoever it is. So then that's when it gets serious, and it might as well be death until death do y'all part. And that death sometimes comes quick. Or they drag it out to get you comfortable, to get you unsuspecting. It'd be like perfume in a room. On that side, though. It's only on that side. Whew. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Can I go? I'll come back. But yeah, it says, I am loved and adorned by many, okay? So people you didn't think love you, they actually love you. People you didn't think support you, they actually support you. Did a reading about that not too long ago. That said, you think all these people hate you, they actually love you. But they do have a strange way of showing it, I'll give you that. You know, how could you know? How could you know that's love with all this negative energy in the air that you think nobody see, or, you know, you don't think nobody, like, you really don't think, you're not suspecting that no one sees it. But sometimes we'll see it and not want to confront it. Or if we do confront it, we're confronted it like we're backing out, like no, I didn't see anything, okay? Because they'll start treating you like that. Oh, since you seen this, you know, we got to kill you, type of shit. Like, I didn't see nothing. So you will have to bow out quietly and respectfully to save your fucking life, because they just so fucked up in the head on that side of the family. So I believe that's even what she was doing. The mother was doing. And this was the way. They were trying to reel her back in, or, you know, since you don't want to be around us, you know, we got to kill you because of what you've been exposed to. We don't know nothing. And before we kill you for good, we're going to put you through torture and trouble. We're going to tarnish your reputation. There's a tarot reader, her mom ended up passing over in Dominican Republic. And she lived in New York or Philadelphia, one of them. And you know what she passed, or they declared the cause of death was? An allergic reaction. But when her daughter tells us about the death, she said nobody, she didn't tell nobody that she was leaving. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? If my mama died, I don't give a fuck where you found her. I don't give a fuck. I ain't mad at her because she didn't tell me. I'm wondering now why you didn't find her. Like, why did you find her a place that she didn't tell me she was going? She didn't say it like that. And if y'all wondering what I'm thinking, is because she made a deal somewhere, and that was important. So because she slipped through the cracks, they had to move faster than they was going to move on her. It wasn't no allergic reaction. And if it is allergic reaction, somebody knew about that for her to be. That's where she ends up succumbing to allergic reactions. She got to go all the way to Dominican Republic to Republica, get on a plane, eat something that would cause an allergic reaction. Nah, she escaped one door, and when they did the allergic thing, they were stopping her before she got scotch-free. But she escaped the gate, but she didn't escape the field. I'm getting that movie Life or something, like you could jump over the fence, but you got to get past like the field so they won't shoot you or something like that. But stuff like that will happen. And then because this is a baby mama, that's not blood to that family. That's only blood to her mama family. So her mama is only the one that's caring about her. And they don't give a fuck. They don't see how much that helped. But they knew it probably wouldn't be enough before they got out to the field. They got past the shooters, assassins. But like I said earlier, it's going to end with God. One moment. Hey, I'm back. Thanks for holding. But yeah, so, yeah, I didn't know I was gonna go this deep. This wasn't about that. It was, but it's not. Like it's so many other things I could say. Like so many other instances I could speak on when it comes to this shit. People get that petty, and I didn't know. They get that petty that I didn't know. I didn't think they would do such a thing. Why? I didn't think it was a reason for them to do such a thing. It's not that deep. Nah, it gets serious. It gets so damn serious, and it's fucked up. And especially against these baby mothers. These mothers. Mothers. Not mamas. Okay? We mama and mother. Okay? Some of y'all just stop at mama. Okay? Mama. What they say at the beginning when they first started saying mama. 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 Okay? You stay there. Because that's all they holding on to them when they used to call you mama. They holding on then. If you don't deserve to move to a mother. So, and then, so, mama. Even with the dad shit, like you can apply the same thing, but it be like, and then for the dad to allow that shit to unfold, some of them dads be a part of it. Hades did that with Demeter when he took Persephone. But he used other people to do it, so it would be removed. Other people would be his family. So he can't say he did it. And he won't be lying if he say he did it. Do it. Stirring up shit with this girl. I had a nigga who wanted to declare themselves a thug, called me a church girl when I hadn't been to church in years when he called me that. I was offended. But he started talking shit to me and thought I needed to let him slide. And then in the name of every slide, after the last slide, I slid back. And he was basically calling me a church girl, like, you ain't supposed to be doing stuff like that. I thought you was a church girl. I could keep hitting you and being mean to you or whatever I did to you, despite what the fuck you do to me, because you a church girl. Like I said, this girl was playing gospel music similar to me. That's why I was kind of, you know, it was a pity for me to, like, black in better words, but, you know, it was pity. Like, I felt like I missed out on an opportunity, but not like to be mad at myself. Be like, man, I wish I would have known you, you know, like, because I liked people who actually listen to gospel music. I used to live with the other Lakaya, and she kind of didn't like, she only liked certain gospel music. But anytime, even if it wasn't gospel music, anytime I liked a song that wasn't on the radio, because I rarely like songs on the radio, and if it wasn't on the radio, or, you know, it just sounded like something that shouldn't be on the radio or something like that, she would say something about it, because I'll have it as my ringtone. You like stuff like that? You like that song? And stuff like that. So, you know, those type of interests, like, I was like, I don't see nothing wrong with her. And she said, the other Lakaya that I lived with didn't like this Lakaya because she had the same name, but also because she said the other Lakaya had got mad because somebody mixed them up or something like that. Like, I ain't her or something like that. Like, and she was Lakaya that I lived with, she was a little heavy set, and then this Lakaya, to me, she looked healthy. You know, she just was healthy, not too thick, not too small. You know, she was healthy to me. But, you know, she kind of probably took offense to it because they're a different size, you know, and stuff like that. And she probably meant it because they're different sides as well. So I stayed out of that and, you know, just heard it for what it is, paid attention to what it was, and understood, you know, that because I'm capable of being friends with anybody, you know. Anybody who's willing to be my friend and stay my friend, you know, you got a friend for life. As long as you don't fuck up and I don't fuck up with you, we got a friend. You know, like, I'm not looking to replace or, you know, like, or I'm not looking to chase you as my friend. I'm not doing that. Like, I would, but I'm accepting of friends, you know. But she wasn't like that. The one I lived with, she wasn't like that. And, you know, but I can do it, you know. And there's been times where she would purposely get into it with people and then expect me not to talk to them anymore. So that's why I had to develop that type of skill to be able to coexist with people like that, because I would have no friends, you know, or people, even acquaintances. Like, and so because I was like this in high school, when I was going through stressful times that I would share on Facebook and stuff like that, these same type of people will reach out to me and be like, you ain't never done nothing to me. You ain't never done, you know, like, so if you need a hand or if you need talk or whatever, you know, they extended their love or hands out to me, even if we didn't talk that much as we did with this Lakaya girl, Lakaya Walker. So, you know, even me being able to, you know, get her to help me go take my test, my driver's test, you know, like stuff like that, because people remembered me of being that way. So imagine if I would succumb to whatever she just told me about the other Lakaya. You know, I wouldn't have got my blessing down the line. I shouldn't have, like, she shouldn't be able to impact my blessing, you know? And I shouldn't be that loyal to someone who I've seen purposely hurt people on purpose, just to get to them, just to get a reaction out of them. They, when I lived with them, she would do that to me, and then it dare me to be mad. And if I just, and my mad wouldn't be like I'm yelling at her, I'm cussing her out or nothing. It wouldn't even be that. It would be me giving her the silent treatment. That was the best way I could do. I'm not hurting you. I'm not, like talking bad. Like, I'm not doing nothing but not acknowledging you right now. And you know why I'm not acknowledging you. So it's not that I'm really ignoring you. I'm not even ignoring you. You understand why it's best that I don't talk to you right now. And I learned, growing up that, people use that as an abusive tactic, and that's not me. I was using that as a defense mechanism, if you really ask me. But I needed to do that type of stuff because, again, I had a blessing down the line with somebody who would purposely try to tell me things about other people so I won't like them too, because I am a loyal friend like that, but I would see the bigger picture. If I feel like that, it's because the bigger picture illustrated, there was something else there, illustrated me that I don't even want to deal with you, not because of what happened and transpired between y'all. I don't want to deal with you, and I'm gonna, be able to reside in that because I'm around people who also don't deal with you. We're not faking like we deal with you and then we really don't. I'm not doing that. I'm going over here in my campsite. But yeah, so she would do that on purpose. Like, she would even mess with people, man, knowing that they go out with a certain guy, and she'll still mess with them. Like, I know Alex got a girlfriend. I know, DeAndre, and it was so many men, like that she did that. Keandre, and the one that was with Keandre, and she was trying to talk to Keandre, and then he was with somebody. I actually ended up developing a way closer relationship with her and her mom, and while still being her friend, and still had the same history living with Lakaya. I ended up being her friend, like a good friend to me, She looked at her daughter as my niece. Like, it was easy. Her mom, as soon as, she met me, basically, she was calling me her daughter. But imagine if I got all into it with them and stuff like that. Because that's what it started to be. Because she would start mess between people, and she would tell people about my reputation because I just came from living in the hood and stuff like that. So she kind of put me out there like, oh, don't mess with me. I'm going to get her to fight you and stuff like that. And most of the time, my battles would end up with us on the phone talking for hours at a time. We ended up developing a relationship. We used to write letters at that time, so we used to pass letters back and forth. We developed I developed my own friendships despite what things she was starting with other people, especially when it came to men. Her first fight, which I was present for, was about a man. I don't do stuff like that, and I see what the bigger picture is. And so it's possible for me to coexist in those type of relationships because I had to do those type of things to survive. Like, even though I met Ashley's mom, and, all this stuff, I met Ashley's mom, and we ended up taking birthday pictures together, and Ashley's birthday pictures together. She bought my whole outfit and stuff like that, and she would let me come over her house over the weekend and stuff like that, and, or just even during the week when I would want to get away and stuff like that. So it wasn't an option. I would live with them, but I mean, it probably would have been. I just didn't think of it like that. I just took everything for what it was. But, I was able to cultivate those relationships despite knowing and seeing the stuff that this girl was putting people through, everybody else through. And like I said, she did it to me when I was living there. But, and they had met my adopted mom and everything. And then the thing about the lady who adopted me, see, you got it. But the lady who adopted me, she would meet these people and then try to be their friend. That's not me. That's not who I was doing and how I would get their become their friends. Most of the time, we'll start off arguing because I'm over here protecting her ass. And I wouldn't know about the real story until after, or I would tell her something and then she would still do something the opposite. And I will be still under the pressure that I told her something that she did. And then I'm thinking I'm helping her deal with the problem. But she didn't do what I said. Or, like, I didn't like to boss people around, but like I would suggest certain things too. Like, oh yeah, you shouldn't mess with her, like, or even being their friend, because sometimes she would end up being their friend too. But she doing it for manipulative purposes. Me, I was doing it as developing friendships and kind of being remorseful of, maybe being on the defense for anyone. I don't know. But, everybody always saw who I was in the midst of it, or I always saw who everybody else was in the midst of it, and I just moved off that, and I never I never crossed bounds and like gossip about one person to another. It was so good that nobody ever asked me about each other. Knowing that I speak to them, they never asked me about each other or never, mentioned them in a negative way. And not to say they were scared of me or anything like that, but it probably was out of respect. It was probably out of, relevancy. Like, it don't matter. Like, I'm her friend too. That's my friend. Or whatever they call me. But yeah, so hopefully this message blessed you. I'm gonna leave. I gotta leave right now. Okay, I gotta leave right now because the other day, a story about my niece came out, and I had to process it more than I had been able to in the past. But yeah, we got Rick James here with God loves music, so do I. Let's communicate. Okay, yeah, I'm not even singing as much anymore because it's getting serious. It got serious. Somewhere it got serious, whether it's with these people, dealing with these people separately, together, as one, in certain instances, or without me, with me, it's something like that. Feel so empty without me, and this looks like it's time for me. Everybody just follow me. You know, controversy, and it feels so empty without me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah. So I would, So I wouldn't be like that. Like, I wouldn't try to take people friends. Most of the time, their friends would gravitate towards me, or their enemies gravitate towards me. It will have during that time. MySpace was out. Like, girls I didn't even know, but they were trying to get with someone I was speaking to or something like that, or messing with my friends or something, and then they come get me or put me in it automatically. Ex-boyfriends sometimes would tell people about me, and I don't even deal with them no more. So that now these people trying to be my friend on MySpace, but they end up trying to develop relationships with me, changing numbers and shit and all this type of stuff. And I'm over here, like fighting, and then it's like, actually, would you like to go get coffee with me sometime? Oh, I got my own house phone. I don't got no cell phone right now, but I got my own house phone. Can I give you my number? Like, be offering me their number and shit. Like, we were just about to fight. Maybe not fist fight or, argue and shit like that. It would be so weird. And that happened to a lot of people that I knew even after high school. Because they realized who I really was. But I looked like somebody who was hanging around someone who was doing all this shit, keeping up drama and chaos and shit. Thank you. But Rick James, yeah, baby. Mary J, I love him just the same. Mary J, I love her, baby, 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 anymore. But Mary plays no games. Now, now, now. Woo! I'm in love with Mary Jane, but I'm not the only one. Mary wanna play around, I let her have her fun. She's not the kind of girl that you can just sit down. She likes to spread love and turn your head around. Do you love me, Mary Jane? Yeah. Oh, 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 do you think you love me, Mary Jane? Don't you play no game, yeah, yeah. I'm tired. It was exhausting. It's exhausting getting a lot of this stuff off my chest, and I'm not even getting off my chest to, get it out of my system. It's like I don't care to like. I don't mind carrying this anymore. Like I don't mind. Like, but if I have to let it go or drop the load, drop. Come on, come on. But yeah, if I have to drop the load to make others' lives easier, or put the halt to some of the things happening in other people's lives, I am happy to do that. And I feel like that's what's happening, and I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm feeling the power being drained from me. It's like it's a sore that's leaking. Like you have to bust the thing. I had something on my hand that had to happen to. Like you have to bust the wound, and the pus will come out. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the pus coming out, deflating. Even though this should be a relieving thing, it's like, why is it here? Is this necessary? Because this is part of the process to healing this wound. But is it necessary? If so, I really hope it's helping somebody. I hope not. Like this thing didn't have to be popped until whenever else, or ever at all. But that could also be an indicator of they thought they were gonna get whoever did something, whether it relates to what I was talking about or not, whoever they thought they was gonna take this shit to the grave. But I probably confirmed some shit. I probably even convinced their ass to come forward with their information. Hopefully so. Because I don't believe in spreading hurt to people. And that's why I was open to even being these people friends. Because sometimes, like, even when you be people friends who wanted to hurt you at first, like, they don't believe you. And then they'll just act like they're your friend. And they're not even your friend. So it was scary to even do that. But I found a way to manage it. And, it lasted for a long time, too, And some of us just grew apart or, just lost touch. That's all it was. Like, not that I'm not their friend anymore unless somebody probably got to them. Because that's what they'll do to my friends. They'll get to my friends. And then they'll turn on me. Start acting mean, way meaner to me than they ever acted it to me before. Because the first step is to isolate. First step is to detach from that who you are connected to. Like I said, most of these bitches I'm connected to, they wanted to be connected to. Hey, hold on, wait for me. Oh, okay, you could sit here or you could come with me, I guess. Okay, I'm going this way, But it wasn't like, you can't sit with me. Now it is like that to certain people. But some of those people, it just left. I left it how it was, And, not in hopes or worry that maybe I'll need them again. Nah, I ain't never thinking about that. Like, I'm happy whenever you were able to help me. If it's just that one time, I am happy. Okay? And if you're able to help me more than once, even happier. But I even, when that happens, I even try to not be known as, or not have our relationship be known as only you help me, or I help you, or you only calling me when you need something, or I'm only calling you when you need something. Now I feel like now we need to develop a connection where it's stable with or without problems, because that's where the support comes in. That's where that innate ability or want to protect someone comes in. And she always played with that when I lived with. And we call her Kaya, okay? So I should have just been like Kaya and then Lakaya. But, I also used to I didn't really call her Kaya as much as I called her Lakaya, though, because I met her in school. And normally you call people by their actual names in school, unless you become their friend and they say they want to be called a nickname, or you end up kind of naturally doing that. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it here, though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to come back. I just don't know when. I just got to cater to myself. But yeah, Jeb is also on this I am God card, okay? I am God. Somebody, and even God could be coming through and saying, like, yeah, that wasn't me. Like somebody was prank calling, or somebody was disguising themselves, or, fake profiling, creating asses, whatever, made it look like them because they were trying to get someone to detach from you. And it was part of a bigger plan. But yeah, Jeb, I would look at his name. It's like, I'm a Jeb in that thing, okay? I'm a Jeb in that thing, okay? But earth sign could be very significant. Man who is an earth sign especially could be very significant. And some of the stuff I was talking about today could have possibly resonated or gave you confirmation for them being involved in that. There's a little right there. I know, I just always thought of God as purple, something dealing with purple. And I think about the crown chakra and how it's up high where God sits. Okay. But Jeb energy sits low. So it's not like that alpha and omega, or the tree of life, where the top is just as important as the bottom, and the bottom is just as important as the top. No matter how you look at it, from side to side, up and down, it's just as important. Okay. Everybody has its own function. And I was singing a song from the Moana movie. And she said, everybody has a role on this island, okay? So it's just like, because that's why I think of the tree of life like that, or it appears like that, because even in the tree of life, even though there's different parts of the tree of life and they sit in different areas, it's like they have a certain function, a job, a role to perform, to make it look like a whole thing and not an island, be looking like the whole land. Okay, this land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the mossy waters, this land was made for you and me. Okay, since we got a music card, let's do Treasure. Okay, we got Treasure by Bruno Mars. Okay, and then we got My Vision is Becoming Clear in Reverse. Okay, somebody losing their vision. Okay, that's even could be representative of, someone is paying for their karma. On the show Game of Thrones, Arya got this, Arya Stark, she got to this point where, although she was training to become assassin, basically, certain things she wasn't supposed to do without permission. So when she did a certain thing, she lost her eyesight, and then she ended up gaining it back over time, I think. I don't remember how. But thank you for the third like. May God bless you bonusly. I was about to go too, so you call me in time, so I appreciate it. But yeah, so Left Eyes here could be one of your angels. Okay, she used to be in the group TLC, if y'all don't remember. Okay. Or don't know. If you don't know, now you know. And Biggie as well. Is that my Rich NYBLT? Okay, Rich Homie Quan, Young Dolph, Nipsey, Biggie, Left Eye, and Tupac. Okay, Tupac. Somebody love them some Tupac, a man. Okay, but yeah, Treasure. Okay, by Bruno Mars. Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, flawless, ooh, you're a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you want to be someone else. Oh, whoa, I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. fine, so fine, oh, whoa. And girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine, mine, oh mine, treasure. That is what you are. And you're my golden star. Honey, you make my wish come true. If you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, you should be smiling. A girl like you should never look so blue. You're everything I see in my dreams. I wouldn't say that you if you wasn't true. Oh, whoa, I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine, fine, so fine. Oh, whoa, and girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine, mine, oh mine, treasure. That is what you are. Ooh, ooh, and you're my golden star. Ooh, ooh, and you make my wish come true. Ooh, ooh, can you let me treasure you? Ooh, ooh, can you let me treasure you? Ooh, 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 you are my treasure. You are my treasure. You are my treasure. Say you are my treasure. You are my treasure. You are my treasure. Say you are my treasure. You are my treasure. You are my treasure. You're my golden star. You are my treasure. You make my wish come true. My treasure, let me treasure you. Can you let me treasure you? Ooh, ooh. I also think about that song as a higher self energy. When I see that video, I think about something about a higher self energy. Okay, someone can have orange hair, it could be dark skin, separate, or like not dark skin. Well, have color in their skin, but a shade in their skin. They don't have to be extremely light skin where y'all start doing paper bag tests. Okay, they can have a lick of color, and they don't have to just be black. Okay, or consider themselves African American or whatever, or African even. Yeah, and it's like, I don't hate Africans, but I feel like Africans think they're so much better than Americans, whether they're African Americans or just Americans. But they want to be American so badly. What is that? That's kind of like self-hate, and you ain't even in the club yet. How you gonna hate from the outside of the club? You can't even get in. Let's go. Yellow pop jeans, yellow top zipping, yep, thin thigh, in top missing. Yep. Your shit look like a toupee. I make what you make in 10 years in 2 days. Ladies love me. I'm on my cool day. And get. What did you say? You exit all off. Look at me, I could. In the thought of gonna done it. Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm fresher than a motherfucking. I know shit. What she said on my dick. What she talking about my dick. All y'all nothing. All y'all niggas saying hi to it. I'm done. Breezy. Let's go. Go. Well, yeah, that's Look at Me Now by Chris Brown and Busta Rhymes, okay? I was trying, okay? I just hear it. When I hear it, I love it. I like hearing him like rap that fast too. Like, I don't try to do no challenges or nothing, okay? I like the sound of that, okay? But that's it, okay? I know how to separate people work from them, all right? Yeah, and I didn't even really used to get with the, you know, like when B2K came out, like they were making it seem like we gotta pick one, you know, like we gotta pick one that we really like, or what's our favorite or something like that. And you know, you kind of gotta lust over him. Basically, it was seeming like they wanted us to do this, and I felt like I had to pick one, you know. and and because I didn't want to, I like tried my best not to want a Morion, because I knew everybody would have wanted Morion, the hair, you know, him being a lead singer and stuff like that. And you know, and I liked people, like I knew like about people's personalities, but I didn't know how to articulate that, of course. But you know, like, and then so I always like, if I had to choose, I chose J Bud. Okay. So if I had to choose, but you know, I didn't really want to choose them because I liked them for what they brought to the table. Like I liked how Morion sung. I even liked J Bug because you could tell like when he would have his ad libs, they weren't written, you know, like, or they had to be written because somebody liked it, you know, like liked how he put it in there, or it just seemed so natural how it came out. It seemed like he was a good hype man, or whatever his role was in the group. You know, he sung, I guess, right, to make it sound good, because you know it would sound bad if he couldn't sing. But you know, overall, like what his flavor was in the group, you know, it seemed like he likes to do the ad libs, or he was that, you know, funky pop thing. But Lil Fizz was actually the rapper, you know, like of the group, and I liked his raps, you know, like, but I wasn't always into the body parts and so on, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but every time I would even look at other guys or something like that, it's because a friend come they whole ass over there and be like, oh, I like such and such, you should hook us up, or you look like you look good with such and such, I'm gonna hook y'all up, okay, like, oh, you know such and such, I'm gonna hook y'all up, okay, I knew such and such, I went to middle school, elementary school with them, I lived down the street from them, I was their neighbor, all this type of shit. But yeah, I was never really like that, but you know, if I had to choose, I would choose those type of people, you know. And you know, Raz B, I would have probably chose him too, you know, because he's not out there in the spotlight. And sometimes those people who don't want to be in the spotlight, they have a lot to not want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to hurt y'all, okay? So don't underestimate them because they're not out there. Like even Michelle Williams and Destiny's Child, you know, a lot of them, like, so before Michelle came into the group, a lot of Destiny's Child recycled through quite a few girls, okay? We didn't even see all the girls they recycled through, okay? They used to be called Girls Time. And then by the time they hit on stage, we knew them as Destiny's Child, right? Or did we know them as something else? No, we knew them as Destiny's Child. I remember them as Destiny's Child. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of bottles and their pockets full of grown. All the fellas are your girl with your friends. It's 11:30 and the club is jumping. You see you got your girl, you see you got a man, but the party ain't gonna stop, so let's make it hot. And instead of yeah, I didn't really like that song when it came out. Honestly, I thought it had a club beat, yeah, like, or it had a club feel to it, like, and I was a kid when I came out. I was a kid. I was like, I don't think I should be singing this, right? I don't think I should be listening to this, right? Or my parent wouldn't like if I listened to this. You know, I was that type of thing. Like I saw it seemed like I saw the thing, and now that I remember how it was, that's what I was seeing. I was seeing, you know, the orgies people do. I was seeing that in that song. But yeah, they cycled through a lot of hoes before they came out mainstream. Is that what it's called? Mainstream. Okay. But what I liked about Michelle, she came in after like 3 different times they were documented. Because like, was that on the Writings of the Wall? What was their first thing? I don't know. But that first CD, and then it was Written on the Wall. And then after that, it dwindled down to the main 3 that it ended with. From what I understand, I could be wrong. I didn't follow them that closely, but I did follow them some, you know, and stuff like that. And I saw how it was kind of cycling like that. It made me think about something, but you know, Or it made me wonder. I didn't know what to wonder, but it just made me wonder. But like, so the first time someone ever went out of that group and then did something on their own is when Latoya Luckett did it, by herself, but she didn't come back until I think they were about to split for the last time or something. I don't know, but it seemed like she came back. Like it was a huge gap before like Destiny Child was no more, and then she came back on the scene. So like, I guess paying attention to stuff like that as well. But I kind of admired Michelle because it wasn't a gap between her. Like if she came on that group to sing, she was going to continue to sing whether that group existed or not, or that's what it looked like to me. All right. But stuff like that could be very important, even time frames and stuff, and how things unfolded, reasons why people left the group or eventually left the group and did a certain thing opposed to this and that, or whatever it is. It's a reason behind that. And most of the time it deals with contracts, deals, being sent in as a pawn, being sent in as the test, to see if this motherfucker really forgive, really serious about something, or see if they can give you back, or get jabbed back at your ass once and for all. And I scratched my nose. So hope that made sense. I hope this message blessed y'all. Y'all enjoyed it. Okay, anything y'all want in this reading to come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. Sorry I didn't sing that much. If you be looking forward to me singing, sorry. I'll be back later. Okay, yesterday I did all signs readings, and I had to split them up in 2 parts. Each part has 6 signs, okay? And that information is in the description box of each video as well. So check it out if you want to know what you don't see coming for you next in love, all right? And this was supposed to be a secret. So you weren't even supposed to know. It's supposed to be a surprise secret for some of you guys, but you were supposed to wait until I got around the corner to know about certain things as well. But we needed to know, okay? God let us get a sneak peek, okay, as a thank you, as a gift. And I also did that reading because I hadn't been, like, I normally do free readings for you guys, free personal readings for you guys here on live, and I haven't done that in a while. And I felt like doing it that time, but I just, to make it even better, I'll just do a longer video of each person's sign, And it's for any placement in your birth chart, and the timestamps are in the description box, okay? If you don't know. If you don't know, now you know, yeah. You know very well who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. You had to go, but not that midnight. 'Cause you're the only one. I give you good and plenty juicy. 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 All right, give me a hand clap, thanks. But yeah, so I love you guys. I love you, baby. Kiss me through the phone. I see you later on. You get a phone like that. Yeah, I'm trying not to manifest certain things, so that's why I've been saving it to the end. I didn't forget about you, or I'm not losing hope on nothing. Okay, we rolling on the river. Left a good job in the city. That's Ike and Tina. Okay, they could be your angels. Okay, Sagittarius is very significant, but yeah, I ain't giving up. I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road will be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Oh no, I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Okay. Yeah, and you know, that's Mary Mary, okay? Mary Mary, Mary Mary, on the wall we walking, 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 taking step one step at a time. They also got a song called Walking, okay? But yeah, so, but, and last but not least, I did almost forget, okay? Because I be trying to run off now when I feel like this. But yes, thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. And please forgive me for forgetting. May God bless you. I mean, may you bless me, please, still, in spite of that, in spite of my flaws, in spite of my mistakes. Please forgive me. I really mean it, even though it sounds like I'm playing, but I really do mean it. But thank you so much for your messages and choosing me as a vessel to deliver them. I hope I did y'all justice. God and Goddesses, the original God and Goddesses, okay? Y'all the reason why we have this name, all right? Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. Yeah, 'cause I'm dreaming with you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in my room, dreaming about you and me. Oh, I can't stop dreaming of you. I can't stop dreaming. I can't stop dreaming of you. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I still can't believe when you came up to me and said, I love you, I love you too. Now I'm dreaming with you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be. And here in my room, about endlessly, and you tonight. There you go, Selena. All right, or Celine. Sorry. Come on, la flor, come on, la flor. Tapaman, necesito. Será chico. Mira, sorry, yo sé verte, pero ay, como me duele. Come on, that floor, what that flower did, okay, what that flower did. That's what I translated to mean, okay? So his name could start with a J or L, okay? C or Q, okay? First, middle, last name or nickname, or M or J. I was thinking about MJ's song with, what's his name? The Girl Is Mine. Sorry, I don't know his name. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you on this, Michael. Oh, I already told you, I'm a lover and not a fighter. Oh, we're gonna see it. I don't believe it. She's mine. She's mine. The girl is mine. She's mine. Every time she walks right in my dreams, since I've known her from the start. And it's sad to have the only one who is special in her heart. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. Da, 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 da. And it knows she really the da. And it says she says it's not mine. And you only did these silly dreams. And it said it's time. The girl is mine. The goddamn girl is mine. Somebody saying like, yeah, that's mine, okay? That's my flower. Don't worry about it, what it do, okay? Because I'm going to make you do what it do, baby. Jamie Foxx, okay? Yeah, that J is significant. Yeah, Jennifer came out. Jackson came out, or Michael Jackson, Jennifer Lopez, Michael Jackson, and whoever that last one was. Forgot it already. I'm about to go. Who was the last one? Who was that? Okay. Oh, what is his name that play Pinky on the Fridays? What is his name? I feel like I know his name. Somebody could look like that as well. So his name could start with a D or a W. Hey, DW. Hey, whoa. Bye, y'all. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I love you. I love you, baby. I love y'all all, okay? Yeah, I love you like you just my own too, okay? But I don't want to seem too old, all right? But I love you. I love you. However, whatever capacity you want to be loved, that's the way that I love you. The way that I love you. The way that I love, the way that I love you. Oh, oh, they lied. They lied. They lied. Why they had to lie to you? Why they had to lie to you? Why they had to lie to you? Why? They lied, they lied, they lied. They lied when they say they loved you, okay? When they said they love you, they didn't mean it, okay? Love. There's so many things I gotta tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on, I knew that by you leaving in my life, things are destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. No, I'm not saying. Music soul child. Music is your soul child. That's what I think about his name, okay? Music is your soul. Music is your soul child. Music is your soul child. Let's go. Come on. I'm not doing it again. Private school, cover clear, Timberland, private school, cover clear, Timberland. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Y'all too. Give me. Oh no, guess who's coming? Timberland, aka forget it. I mean, you can count like me, Timberland. Okay, come in. And this is the part to say five. Let's say, oh, girl, say I. In the club, don't be mad. This girl, back it up. Pull that girl that is close to, man. Shake that ass as fast as you can. White girl say. Girl, you better bring that back. Where my girls go to you in the club. What the big old butt, where we start to turn it out. We must learn to crawl out before we start to turn it out. You must first begin to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop, breathe in, breathe out. Batman School with Timberland and somebody else. Drop, all right. But before that, I was singing Ashanti, and I was remixing it in an unconditional way, because they really lied to y'all when they said they love you unconditionally, they always love you and all that type of shit. They would lie. A lot of these motherfuckers was lying, and then or they have a funny way of showing it, like I was saying in that other reading that I mentioned earlier. They got a funny way of showing, that they actually love you. When you think everybody hates you, you probably thinking that for a reason, because the energy says hate. There's something else there. But they actually really love you and don't know how to show it. And in Music Soul Child song, he says, so many people use your name in vain. It made me think about that. Like, love, the word love. And then so sometimes people who really think they're feeling that, they're scared to approach it because they respect it so much. They don't want to fuck it up and all this type of stuff. Like, they know it means something. But it's been the norm for it to be in vain or be used in vain or whatever, So, yeah. All right. Bye, you guys. Again, so now I'm closing out the reading. I hope it bless you and you enjoyed it, okay? And thank you, God and God's team. I hope I did y'all justice, okay? Anything y'all want in this reading to come true, I hope it comes true for y'all soon. Please like the video if you haven't already. You made it this far. It wasn't too bad, was it? Okay. See, I didn't even think it was this long. Okay, but yeah. You made it this far. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe. Join this tribe, please. This kingdom of God, we're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. You may not like everything I say, but you will love it here because kindness starts here. Okay. And lately, I haven't been starting exactly with my intro to as well. Sometimes a random song come out, or my song, or something like that. So I think that also says something as well, because it's like, wait, please allow me to introduce myself. But before I do so, I'm going to give you some background on who I am, okay? Before I even get to introducing myself, I'm going to let you know what I'm capable of, or what people who protect me are capable of, okay? That could mean that, all right? I don't know, somebody like setting a stage, or you know how like when you go to a concert, or if you've never been to a concert, when you go to a concert, the headline, they don't come out first, like, or when the show said it start. When the show starts, so if it says start at 7:00, there's like other people, like like it could be a comic, or like somebody on a smaller scale who would sing a song, or maybe even play a musical instrument, like just before the headliner comes in. And I feel like that is probably important for somebody, because a lot of people probably don't know you, and they do need to know you, and God is saying it's about time they know you, okay? It's about time, all right? That group, SWV, Sisters with Voices, or even this group, I was talking about Destiny's Child a lot, okay? And I also have a card that says I am Destiny's Child, and I wasn't talking about the group, okay? I wasn't thinking about the group, okay? I wasn't thinking about the group. Like I said, when I first met these motherfuckers, I was smelling hoe on them. All right, I ain't gonna even lie. I was smelling hoe, and those videos was looking like they was hoes. Okay, Kelly had her hair like she was too grown. Okay, like yeah. She came out with that short haircut. Everybody loved it and stuff like that, but she was too young for that. She know she was. Okay, but anyway. Or they know she was too young for that, because it probably wasn't even her idea. But what is it called? They make these kids grow up earlier, like even in those pageants. They make the kids put on makeup. When I was in dance class, they made us put on makeup for certain performances and shit. I don't even wear makeup or like makeup like that. I experimented with it before, but I don't even like to. I feel like it's a deceptive act even, like if you're not doing it to like enhance something, or, like just it gives me like, how when people write fancy and then those swirlies are on there, because I do it sometimes too. Like, it's like Makeup should look like that, and not the not a whole fucking white chick's mask or Jason's what is his name, Michael Myers mask, or it shouldn't look like that. Like, I feel like that's what you're doing when you putting on that type of makeup. Like, some people need that shit, but you've learned to like kind of deceive people. I don't know, and then you wonder why people don't really like to see you as your natural state. Nah, nigga, I got used to seeing you in this makeup state, so you keep this shit up, or I could leave you alone. Cause you kind of are like, without knowing it, you deceiving them. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not saying it like makeup is bad. It's just like the way people are using what it's come down to with makeup. I don't think it's necessary, or maybe it is, and I just don't know about it, and I'm glad I don't, and I'm not thinking I'm better than you, and I'm not putting you down. I'm just letting you know that's what the energy gets from me. And we could see that, especially since they give it to people who are young, or they make us feel like we need to use that to look better. Like, because I remember when they made me wear makeup, and then I saw a classmate who attended my performance, and he didn't know who I was. He said, "You look so much different," And then the next day at school, he was like, "You look better with makeup on," basically saying I look better. Like, I actually look cute when I had the makeup on versus not having the makeup on. But luckily, I don't let people get to my self-esteem, but I pay attention to that. I noted, I observed it. And later on in life, when we got older and he tried to be friends with me on Facebook, I addressed him with that. I addressed him with stuff like that. He said something else, and he ended up apologizing for it. But yeah, I be walking around here like, remember the time you told me that. Oh, remember the time you did this to me. Yeah, I used to be like that, especially when they would come and request me as friends. They be trying to request me as friends. I'm like, nigga, I remember in second grade you told me this. I remember in first grade you did this. Like, why do you actually want to take the time out to reach out to me, knowing you don't fuck with me, or knowing, even if you said that because you were younger or whatever, knowing you don't even see how some of these things you could have said to people, and then you want to reach out to them. I would be hesitant. I would be just hesitant to reach out to them and even ask them for I would wait for them to come forward to me then, if I was guilty of something. But then I'm always on that side, and that side is weird. But anyway, so yeah. Somebody could also be getting chained up as well. Or somebody saying, like, come to my chambers. Like, don't judges have chambers or something like that? Cambridge could be significant as well. Or a bridge could be significant. All right, can I close it now? It's energy keep coming out. But I love you so much, baby. Okay, I miss you. It's been too long and I'm lost without you. Too long. 2 days is too long for me, okay? 2 days. And it honestly wasn't any days, honestly. But, where I felt like it was too long, yeah. 2 days did it. Probably 1 day, but I'm going to give it 2 days. So I won't look so obsessed. I feel like I look so obsessed over my child. And I don't know. I feel like I have every right to be, I don't know. Anyway, I love you. I love y'all that have been on my side, even having us in our thoughts about this. That's probably why. Because sometimes this type of stuff will come out because somebody was thinking about it, concerned, wondering, even took note of, what I say, or, what I've been saying, or whatever. I appreciate you. I really do. I hear it. I hear the compassion and good stuff like that. But yeah, so thank you. But yeah, thank y'all again for tuning in. Hope this message blessed y'all and y'all enjoyed it. Anything y'all want in this reading to come true, whether it's good or bad, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. And that was Aaliyah. I miss you, okay? And I look at Aaliyah as a little girl, okay? But even somebody could be coming through as well and saying, like, no matter how old you get, like, I look at you as a little girl, like, because you have that innocence. Children are associated with innocence, okay? That's why when someone violates you, some people would say they took your innocence. Because before that, you probably weren't even knowing of this type of thing. And now they perverted your mind with this thing. That's what happened in Genesis, the Garden of Eden, with the serpent. Eve wasn't really thinking about this. And then it was brought to her awareness. And then instead of her thinking about her decision before she made the decision, she made the decision before thinking about it, or didn't even think about it at all. Anyway, bye, you guys. I hope the message blessed you. All right, and thank you, God and God's team, for your messages. Okay, I know you don't want me to go, but I want to go. Okay, I feel like I'm in flight mode, and honestly, I'm sure of the reason why, but I don't really know the reason why. But I'll come back. I need to get off here with this stupid ass energy. I feel it, and I ain't about to hang with your ass. I don't need to hang around your ass. I'll be sitting in that nasty ass smoke. I don't sit in that shit, okay? I'm not, and that's why they fucking have to chase after me, be all out of breath by the time you catch up and shit. Can't catch me, da 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 da. Can't catch me, da 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 da. Bye. Catch me if you can. My baby used to say that. Catch me if you can. And play high seek. I love him so much. Yeah, I do. All right. Bye, you guys.